Okay, so one of the main weaknesses we've had all game is that we've really been squeezed into this position. We haven't really taken the ideas to get us out of here, nor have we really reached for the stars. The closest we've gone is grown and grabbed Malta. To be honest, that hasn't been good enough, but at least it's been nice to kind of concentrate ourselves here. Before I go off and do all these things around the world, I do want to think about threatening war a touch. You, for example, are almost willing to surrender a province, but it's too developed in relation to the rest of your country. But hopefully Oldenburg will continue to fabricate claims and I can just test the waters there. Jake, check Greenland. Guess France is going to have to die. Looking forward to that. So indeed, Aragon are going to have to go. I should take a quick look at the military might of Portugal and Aragon at the seas. That's a lot of heavy ships from Aragon. That's a concerning amount of them, to be honest. Castile have some, but Portugal are going to have more to even out the score there. Yeah, one more. Good job. So what can we do to help? Well, I can check out my navy. Forgot about you guys, didn't I? Let's have you help us out in Lubeck again. I'm sure there's a better way that I can sort you out, but I'm not doing it right now. I also don't need you guys all the way over there. Let's just get you to Schleswig whilst I think about things. Let's take our galleys, check and see if we can upgrade them to something better that won't become insignificant very quick. They will. Those other galleys doesn't make it seem worthwhile for me. Still, we have lots of galleys who might be able to take on Aragon there. I never quite checked out what they had in that respect. 20 heavies is a little too much for me to take on, but combined with the Castilian fleet we should be able to take them on quite nicely. Castile enjoying no galleys with 17 heavies. Aragon enjoying, a dangerously impressive navy. Mine might not be up to scratch. Well, that's a good reason to actually invest in some two-deckers, since we won't be getting three-deckers for a couple of techs. Well, Hamburgus is pretty much your specialty. I think I want 5 heavies. Better make it 10. If you think you need 5, you probably need a bit more. That'll do us just nicely. Otherwise, how are we going to do this? Aragon. So the important thing here is that I have a ton of colonial range now. I can go all the way down. Not quite this far. I almost could if I had the right advisor, but I don't. Could even grab St. Helena, which I think I will. But we need to prepare for war. That means fighting Portugal and Aragon and Genoa? Yeah, but Genoa is not a threat. They are a province. Castile will have Portugal destroyed on the mainland. We just have to make sure that Aragon cannot take off from where they are. So we need to get our troops well into position. Get the military access we need with Castile. Give them likewise. Find uses for my diplomats who love to sit around and be lazy. Like taking over the rest of Litauen. And I guess England, but I don't know, I think I'm going a bit claim heavy here. Give me Essex, my friend. And should probably improve relations with somebody that's pissed off with me. Yeah, I know. It's a long list. Well, Russia would be a good one. I wonder if they still have their time of trouble. Well, they're still westernizing, so good luck to you. Jake, vassalize Genoa and feed them back. It's not a terrible idea, but... Oh, they're not part of the HRE. They don't have many provinces to feed back, but they do have the City of World's Desire. And I do love grabbing myself an extra vassal when it suits me, and it suits me. You know, I'm thinking that might not be a bad idea. It's some fairly wealthy land. I would have to do the whole "you are Norse" thing again. And they don't have religious ideas. That kind of doesn't sit well with me. I'd rather they were full-on say my name when you pray kind of religious. And that core is not going to hang around for much longer, is it? 17, 15? Okay, I'm making bad excuses here. I don't think I want to vassalize them. Just that's my gut feeling. But what I do want is a half-decent navy that can stand up to everything that's going to come our way. I'm going to get rid of those separatists from Brest and probably Lublin afterwards, and have our troops in position. But not just troops, we need our navy ready to fight. In order to further our goals. Yeah, sure. In order to further my army morale. Oh, crivens, that's expensive. Guess that army maintenance is hurting. Yeah, 2 level 3 advisors chewing into the bank balance. Bit of a shame, but what can you do? We Are Norse is the tune that's playing right now, which is kind of cool. Also, the Congo have been studying our technology. We feel extremely flattered. Okay. Aragon need to go down, and we can just use glorious imperialism now. Castile will back us up, whether or not we give them land, and we will give them land. I just need to get myself in position and get my boats on the go. What are you doing just sitting there? I see, you're not quite sure what you should be doing. Me neither, to be honest. How about you just keep protecting Lubeck? I'll think of a better use for you in the future, maybe. Should probably get ready by unloading troops into Castile. Castile is an idea. Malta might be a better idea, but no, I think we'll go with Castile. We even have the naval range to get ourselves over there, so that should be fine. Ideas guy, yeah, you start with a crap province and you get to 1,000, no, not 1,000 development, but 500 income, of which we are sitting at 103, so we still have a ways to go. But I'm ready. I was born ready. This is what I was born to do. Not sure if 2 armies will be plenty, it just depends if we can well and truly dominate the seas. I'll need to check ideas actually for this between Aragon and Castile. Castile have maritime, which is pretty good. Aragon have nothing particularly great there. And I don't see any great naval... Well, galley combat, but they don't have loads of galleys like yours truly. Dennis Wolf saying, hi, what did I miss? No coalition, but we had to fight the Ottomans. They took a fairly big chunk out of Russia. The concern is that if they come back for more, and they probably would, but we have a nice big truce there. So what I'm going to do is finally rip Aragon asunder, to a degree at least. A couple of these should do plenty. But I need to be ready to go abroad. I am ready to go abroad though. It's a shame we can only reach so far, but this will do. It'll be like a stop-off point for our ambition. It does hurt me though that I can't get here. Which is a thought, isn't it? That's only trade range, that won't help us out. And if we don't have a colonist, we're not going to get the guy that improves our range. But that's okay, we'll be back for later Portugal. Don't you worry about that. Kind of makes me think that maybe I shouldn't promise Castile land, because I want a nice, swift way to get at Portugal. So I can just tell Portugal to give up their alliance with Tuscany and I'll come back later. That's a brilliant idea. Okay, I'm going to call in Castile with favours. It's so good that the game offers you these options. So good indeed. So I'm going to have you guys ready to rock and roll. Like I said, I have every confidence that Castile can take on Portugal. And we just have to deal with Aragon on the high seas. So I'm going to grab all my boats, except for the ones that are trading. You guys can assemble over in East Frisia. Did I miss any? Sounds like the kind of thing I would do to miss one. But I don't think I did. Which is very good for me. I kind of want to give themselves a half-decent naval leader, but part of me believes, or wants to believe, that Castile will keep us sorted in that regard. Looking at them, they've got a 1-3-3 already. I highly doubt I can roll better than that. Bit bad keeping my transports involved in all of this, so I will detach them. Jake, why not leave Portugal's alliance with Tuscany so you can beat them later and force them to end their French alliance? Now that just wouldn't be in the spirit of the game. Tuscany and France make an incredible power block. And it excites me that they're there. Excuse me. Mind you, if I'm so open for excitement, why don't I just invite France to come and ruin my day? Okay, so, as expected, Oldenburg are making those claims that I told them to. We're just shy of being able to demand them, which is a shame. I mean, Ghent would be a lovely opener for you. England are still cowardly and willing to give up just about anything. But the point is, I want to be able to give land to my good friend Oldenburg. And I'd have to give them a French province, Calais, and then Kent, and then that would allow them to go around here. Something to consider later, because threatening war over a province like this would be aggressive expansion city. And it's not like I'm failing to burn it right now. So what a clever cookie should do, should always aspire to do, is snipe the enemy fleet when they declare war. How's the income? It's about 100. I'm not concerned about the Portuguese fleet. We've already established that it is made of ass and chips. But I wouldn't mind grabbing that Aragonese fleet right there. Just their merchant fleet, but it'll do me nicely. So Aragon, it is time for you to shoot. Hello, Tuscany. You probably also have an impressive navy. It's not that impressive. But the thing about Tuscany is they can just march up north and batter me senseless. Alright. Genoa then. It's not exactly the way I wanted to do it. But I still want to invite Castile in, and Castile can be granted some territory here. After all, I'm not interested in these provinces, and Castile really want... well, they want some of it. They can't have all of it. But they can have some of it. Tricky thing is I wanted Portugal out of all of this. Yeah, I still really wanted Portugal out of all of this. Tuscany will have their day eventually. What interests me is the relation between you two. Ottoman is hostile towards Tuscany, but it's probably very wary of the fact that Tuscany is allied to France. And that is a tricky proposition, isn't it? Still, I can still do horrible things to you and break you all up. So much to consider here. What's the best way to deal with these people? I need to get myself down here one way or t'other. Well, there is Congo, who I could just go for. Congo is all Catholic and stuff. Their technology is pretty badass, though. This gives me an idea. Yeah, I think Congo's time on this world is about to go. Well, that was pretty anticlimactic. But I won't be going for war with the Iberians right now. I'll be checking out the Congo and then wrecking out the Congo. They have a fairly large army, so we're going to have to throw what we can against them. How's French army look compared to the Otto scum, Jake? That's a good question. Something worth checking out. If we do look at France, we're looking at 105,000 troops, so actually less than me, but when it came to wartime they could definitely buff that up pretty high. When it comes to the Otto scum, I think they threw quite a bit more than that there. Wow. 367,000 of a force limit over 400. I kind of want to drop my Russian alliance right about now because they would destroy Russia. And me, and everything else. Jake, army maintenance is a factor in this game, and let's pay attention to it. And regrettably, I think we're going to have to fire you. You just cost me too much money. Being over force limit is not really the main cost here. Fort maintenance does hurt a little. Maybe I should get rid of a whole bunch of my forts. I mean, you, for example, you're not doing anything for us. Skåne is nice because it can trap people. These two will probably be good on the front line later on, but they are expensive. I don't know, I like having my forts. Even if some of them aren't all that great. Nah, we'll just tighten the belt. So it's a little tiring sailing on down here, but I don't think we have forts to deal with. Two of. One's just a capital fort. Is this where somebody allies the Congo and does my head in? No, Congo, you're going to die. Might seem strange, but it is quite important for me to establish myself over here, and the sooner I do it, the better. But why, you might ask? Well, I'll have my reasons. Like getting my light ship combat ability. Now my fleets can take care of themselves. Not even a consideration. This is also important because it's going to spread out all that aggressive expansion that I have. Oof, that's a pain. It's probably down to my low stability that is taking so long. But we can finally be done with these so-called poles if we just keep doing it that way. And how is my vassal, or my march rather, doing at conversion? Beautifully. Very beautifully. I love seeing all that Norse there. Like I said, we don't get nice, we get Norse. This isn't Hearts of Iron, it's not going to help me to attack from two sides. Probably going to hurt me since river crossing and all that, but still, I want to murder me some Congos. Not even a consideration. Feels a bit bad to pick on the Congo when there are so many much more deserving people to destroy. But needs must. Spreading out that aggressive expansion is so important right now. I don't even need to knock down the fort there. So there we go, it'll give us loads of aggressive expansion, but only with the Congo. Might as well take their dosh as well while we're at it. Thank you kindly. And if we look at how England feels, 73, going all the way up to 73. Farewell, Congo. Hello, colonialism CB. Hello, distinct lack of ability to core these provinces. Oh, and I forgot their remaining units turn into rebels. Should have taken care of them ahead of time, but always time for crushing rebel scum. So straight away, Ivory Coast. I should add all these provinces to the charter. I think that gets rid of any issues we have relating to tolerance. And I should start thinking what to do with you guys now. This means that when I get the cores here, I will be able to very happily project myself onto Portuguese South Africa and beyond. Granted, I do need to get them done first. Hello, welcome to my coalition, Saxony. Would you like to give a province to my vassal? Almost, he says. If only France would want to give some provinces to my vassals. So what am I going to do with you? A little unsure, to be honest. How are we going to do this? I think I keep my transports as a separate entity, and then my fighting guys can hang around mothballed over in Malta, ready to strike. And that's exactly how you guys are going to strike. No, wrong one. Still want to keep an auxiliary unit over in Castile, ready for the eventual fallout there. Because hot damn, everything's costing a lot of money. Ideas guy is meant to be about making loads of that stuff, and I'm failing a little bit on that front. Promote investments, not going to help me at all. Jake has conquered his way across central northern Europe, but the conquest of Congo is the last straw for Saxony. Damn right. It's only one province that is vaguely defensive here, so I get so gay seeing my fleet. Gay means happy, don't ever forget. And there's just going to be some fighting here. Oh dearie me. That's a little too many ducats for me to spend on mercantilism. Unless they're willing to help out themselves. Spare me a ducky, will you? And then I'll compensate you all you need. But wow, talk about no more money. Gonna have to destroy that bastion, I think. It's not doing us any great amount of... Well, we'll wait for the rebels to come and go. That money is melting away. Let's try and do something about that. And let's get our fleet all taken care of in Malta. I need to wait for a good moment to strike against Aragon then, because Tuscany's involvement is a bit of a pain. I could hit Liège and that would bring in Portugal. That's one way to look at it. But Liège is in the coalition against me, and they have some fairly healthy allies. But your only other allies are Aragon and Tuscany. As for Aragon, you have Genoa, and Genoa I can use to strike Aragon and break their alliance with Tuscany. That is a fairly good idea. Jake, mothball your forts when you're not at war. That is an idea. I should probably start doing that since it'll save me a healthy chunk of money. But I just fear I'm going to get the rebels coming up, and I'll forget about my forts completely. We'll see though. For now I just need to save up a bit of dosh. And once that truce is over with Tunis, I can start demanding my way to Mazab. The Ottomans are, of course, a concern there. Here's the thing, the Ottomans are just going to go for Russia again. And whilst I will dump Russia like sewage, I should be putting them to better use whilst I still can. And they are kind of defending me against this coalition just by being there. Again, sitting here with lazy dips. I want to absorb so much, but I just know the aggressive expansion would kill me. But that's really why we need to look abroad. Also why I really, really want you dead, but coalition's gonna be coalitions. Okay, well we just gotta set our sights abroad then. And we'll see more about that once we get our cores here. We can see how much we can do from here. The next military technology is huge and worth getting, since that'll keep the coalition at bay. Sadly we have no more naval ideas to flesh out. I miss fleshing them out. Jake, there's a button that automatically rises forts when at war. Yeah, but some wars don't even need my forts to be active. Let's get those dragoons on the go. There is a fair bit of separatism around here. I could actually get rid of the Congo threat, since I'm probably not going to be converting them anyway. I'll just give them the autonomy they want. Separatism will die away, and I won't have to worry about them. That's one way to look at it. Because very nicely, autonomy ticks down fast for me, now that I have a half-decent government. We're at peace and we have centralization. Portugal though, what a pain you are. The very existence of Tuscany. Maybe I'm more scared of Tuscany than I should be. I should just take them head on. Foolish way to think of it though, they'll just march through Saxony and beat me up. I could beat them back. The thing is, they would also be backed up by Aragon, unless I were to lock all of Aragon's troops here, which I wouldn't be able to do because of the new fort block, the new straight blocking rule. I sent the wrong bloomin' troops over here, the wrong bloomin' boats over here. Where are my? Oh no, there you are. What do I do with you? Not even sure, to be honest. But these guys should probably be mothballed to save me a penny or two. No, mothballing is a bad idea. Because it takes too long to actually get them back up to fighting force. Better to lower the naval maintenance because I barely use light ships. And what light ships I do use should be spent on piracy against my rival of France. So go and do it over in Bordeaux. There we go, give me a lovely chunk of power projection. It can also trigger some events that increase better relations over time, which is something I definitely do want. These all sound suspiciously close to good ideas. And also I'm sitting here whilst I'm not... Oh dear, Austria as well? We used to be friends, man. Don't know why they're doing that. This is kind of a good reason to start improving relations inside the HRE with anybody that will listen to me. Like good old Liège, they'll get out of it. They'll see the funny side in time. The Poles won't see the funny side. I should probably just finish them off, give everything I can to Russia.